G'day guys, Disney Dave coming at you once again from Down Under with another addition to my complete Blu-ray collection. Today we are taking a look at my animated titles that I have on Blu-ray. Of course, this doesn't include the Disney stuff, which you see sitting behind me here. I've covered all of that in a previous video, in a separate Disney Blu-ray collection video. So if you want to check out all of that stuff, make sure to check out that video. Today's video is just going to be a short one on all the other animated titles from other animation studios that I've got in my collection. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, as I said, this is going to be a short video as far as my Blu-ray collection ones are concerned. There's not a whole lot of titles here. Yes, I do have a big animation collection, but most of it is Disney, Pixar, stuff like that. So we're just going to go through all of these ones and take a look at what I got. First up is the BFG. This is one of my favorite little animations from when I was a kid. I absolutely adored the BFG, the book. This movie was fantastic. This was a Brian Cosgrove animated film, and just absolutely wonderful. There were some great English animated titles from around this time. Brilliant. Really, really love that. Batman, The Killing Joke. I haven't checked this one out yet, but it looks really cool. I loved a lot of the older DC animations from when I was a kid. Haven't checked out any of the newer stuff, so I'm excited to sort of start here. I've heard mixed things about this, but I am looking forward to getting into that one because The Killing Joke is a fantastic story. The Box Trolls. Haven't checked this one out yet, but I've heard fairly decent things. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I really loved this. I saw this when it first came out. I haven't watched it for a while, but I think it's great. I think the cover on this is fantastic too. You've actually got what is this like see-through slip there, and it looks onto the back of this, which is in the background, so you get like this 3D sort of look. Sony did this with a lot of their earlier 3D discs. I think that's fantastic. That's in an American-sized case. I don't remember importing this. Maybe I did, but I have a feeling this may have been like a title that came when we bought our first 3D television, or it was a redemption title or something. When they first brought out the 3D TVs, they gave away a lot of free 3D titles with it. I have a feeling that might have been one of them. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. I actually haven't watched this one. I don't know why. It just didn't look as good as the first one. It doesn't have that cool 3D cover, but the movie is in 3D. I probably should check that one out. It's probably not too bad, but yeah, I don't know. I just skipped that one. Coraline in 3D, another one that I just skipped. Again, heard great things about it. I'm not a huge fan of the Henry Selick style, like Nightmare Before Christmas. It looks pretty cool, so I think I'll check that out eventually. The Croods in 3D. I absolutely love this. I think it was fantastic. DreamWorks animation is always sort of some of them I feel like, meh. Some of them I think are fantastic, and I think The Croods is one of those that is just really up there for me. I really loved it. Despicable Me, love these movies. A lot of fun. This is 3D as well. Despicable Me 2, had a bit of fun in that. I haven't seen the third one yet. It doesn't look as good as these ones, but I'm definitely willing to give that a shot once it hits Blu-ray. And Minions 3D. I loved this. This was so much fun. It was a great lot of fun. I love the Minions. It's just so cute. I love them. Escape from Planet Earth in 3D. I think I saw this one. Maybe I didn't see this. I can't remember. There's a whole lot of these like alien titles that they did. I can't remember if I've seen that one or not. Fantastic Mr. Fox. I thought that was so creepy. Just creepy. But a good movie, but creepy. Gnomeo and Juliet 3D. Haven't actually checked this one out yet. I just, yeah, I'm not sure. Hotel Transylvania in 3D. Another one I've just skipped. But apparently this one's fantastic. I love Adam Sandler. And it's like a Happy Madison production. So I will check that out at some point. How to Train a Dragon. Another one that I've heard is fantastic, but I haven't got a chance to watch yet. Ice Age. Loved this one so much as a kid. I really must revisit that because I have really fond memories of that. It's a lot of fun. Ice Age 2, The Meltdown. I really remember enjoying this one too. Ice Age 3, Dawn of the Dinosaurs in 3D. I saw this one, I think this is the last one I actually saw. I really love this too. I thought they were fantastic, the Ice Age movies. Ice Age 4, Continental Drift, of course, in 3D again. Didn't manage to watch this one. For some reason, I sort of lost interest by this point, but one day I will check that out. Same goes for Ice Age 5, Collision Course, 3D again. It's also got bonus, A Mammoth Christmas on DVD. Haven't checked that one out either, but this one looks like a lot of fun as well. So again, I will revisit the Ice Age movies someday. Okay, a lot of you are probably going to get really angry with me for not having watched this movie. This is one that came out when I was a kid, and apparently it's like an absolute classic, like a masterpiece of animation. I don't know. Somehow I managed to skip this as a kid. I only bought it recently once it hit Blu-ray, and I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. It is, of course, The Iron Giant. It looks fantastic. It's a Brad Bird movie, and of course, Brad Bird directed The Incredibles. We've got a special edition of the Lego movie here. I actually thought this was a lot of fun. I've not really had any interest in any of the more recent Lego movies, like the Batman Lego movie. I'm sure I'll check that out soon enough. And the Ninjago Lego movie, whatever that's called. But this one I had a lot of fun in. This is a weird little set. Just comes with the regular 3D Blu-ray in there, and then like this random, I don't know what that is, it's like a standee. Don't know why you would just stand that up on a desk or something. It's a bit weird. And a little Morgan Freeman Lego minifigure. From memory, I only bought that set because it was like on special. They were trying to clear it, and it was actually cheaper than buying it by itself, so I just went for it. We got the Lorax in 3D. I thought this was a whole lot of fun as well. I love these Dr. Seuss animated movies. I can't wait for The Grinch. Benedict Cumberbatch, I think, is doing the voice of the Grinch. I'm looking forward to that, but this one was a lot of fun. Danny DeVito is the Lorax. We've got Madagascar. I never really liked this one as a kid. I watched it once and just didn't enjoy it when it first came out. I also have Madagascar 2, Escape to Africa. I haven't watched it. And Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted in 3D. Yeah, I haven't watched either Madagascar sequels. I only really bought the Madagascar movies because I did this like DreamWorks animation masterclass like short course thing. A bunch of the DreamWorks animators came to Australia and did like a 3-day course with talks and stuff like that. It was fantastic. And I got to meet a couple of the animators and writers of the Madagascar movies. I felt like I had to go and pay the due respect and go and buy the movies. I just never got around to watching them. Megamind in 3D. This one was okay. Will Ferrell, always a lot of fun. Monster House in 3D. Haven't checked this one out either, but I've heard great things. Monsters vs. Aliens. As I was saying before, there was a whole bunch of these like alien movies that came out around the same time. I'm sure I saw this one at the cinemas and really enjoyed it. This is in 3D. Again, you can see it's a US case. On the back, it actually says for promotional use only. So this was definitely one that came with the television when we first bought it. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. I thought this was fantastic as well. I love the Peabody and Sherman cartoons as a kid, and I thought this was just a great little homage to the classic cartoon and a great new addition to the legacy of Peabody and Sherman. Fantastic. The Page Master. This was one I loved as a kid. And I only picked this one up again recently. It's like an animation live-action hybrid thing. You've got Macaulay Culkin in there. And from memory, he goes to a library where Christopher Lloyd is working there. And it's like this weird mystical library, and he ends up jumping into one of the books or something. And then Christopher Lloyd turns out to be a magician or something like that. This was like fantasy adventure pre-Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter was like a big thing at the cinemas. This was great. I loved this as a kid. Hopefully it stands the test of time. Paranorman 3D, again one that I just haven't checked out yet. We've got two classic Peanuts movies, A Boy Named Charlie Brown and Snoopy Come Home. These are absolutely brilliant. Love Peanuts and Charlie Brown and Snoopy. I think they're great characters, great series. I have a few other classic Peanuts shorts, but I'm actually going to leave them out until another video that I've got planned till later in the year. I wonder if you can guess what that video might be. Next up though, we have the more recent Snoopy and Charlie Brown, the Peanuts movie. This was just called the Peanuts movie in the States, but here and in the UK, they had to name it Snoopy and Charlie Brown because over here, we know it as Snoopy or Charlie Brown. We don't really know it as Peanuts, or the more recent generations don't know it as Peanuts. The Peanuts movie is probably, might be a bit confusing for some people, so they just had to whack Snoopy and Charlie Brown on there. I really liked that. I thought it was great. A nice little heartwarming movie in the tradition of classic Peanuts films. I thought it was great. The Pirates Band of Misfits in 3D, another one I never checked out. Planet 51, another one of those like alien movies that came out around the same time. This one has The Rock in it. I think I saw this one at the cinemas and thought it was fairly decent as well. Rango, absolutely adored this. Oh, this was fantastic. Johnny Depp in an animation as like a little lizard. Directed by Gore Verbinski, who did the first few Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And that's the kind of feel it has, like this cool action-adventure western. Oh, that was just great. That was so much fun. I have to watch that again too. Rio in 3D. Haven't checked this one out yet either. Robots. I remember seeing this at the IMAX when it first came out. I was only a kid at the time. Robin Williams, Ewan McGregor. This was just fantastic. So much fun. But I have a feeling if I rewatch it, it's probably not gonna be as great as I remember it to be. So I'm sort of avoiding rewatching that one. Sausage Party, something a little bit different. This is a little bit of a different animated movie. Saw this at the cinemas with my friends and we thought it was hilarious. The whole cinema was just in uproar. I watched it a second time and I didn't find it as exciting or as funny. I think the first time you watch this, it's more of a shock than anything else because there's nothing like this out there. And then you watch it a second time and you're sort of over that initial shock of having seen it, and it's, to be honest, it wasn't as great after a second viewing. We got the Shrek 3D Complete Collection. Again, another one of those weird ones that I believe came free, yeah, for promotional use only. This came free with our first Blu-ray TV or Blu-ray player or something. It's got all 4 Shrek movies in there in 3D. Sadly, no 2D discs, which I've only just realized recently, so I don't know whether I want to try and get my hands on a couple of them in 2D as well. I love the first Shrek movie. It's fantastic. Talking about movies, things that had just never been done before. It was so groundbreaking, the first movie. It was like a huge spoof on the whole Disney thing. And of course, this was like the first big animated movie from DreamWorks. Of course, Jeffrey Katzenberg had only just moved from Disney to DreamWorks, and they made this huge spoof on the Disney animation genre thing. And it won the first Oscar for Best Animated Film. So the whole thing was just a real joke. It was really hilarious. It was a spoof of Disney made by a guy who had been at Disney for decades, and then it beat out Disney for an Oscar. And even though I love Disney, I just think that's hilarious. I love the first Shrek. Second one was okay. Third one, I've attempted to watch multiple times and always turned it off halfway through. Fourth one, I actually thought was fairly decent. So I'm happy to have all 4 of them in a 3D little box set there. And here is one that I grew up with and was one of my favorite movies ever. Oh man, growing up as a kid in the 90s and watching Space Jam. This was just the best thing in existence. This was the Looney Tunes. It was basketball. It was Michael Jordan, Bill Murray. This was just the best. And I would watch this over and over and over and over again as a kid. I remember collecting the little Tarzos from the packets of chips and just everything. It was like Space Jam mania back in the 90s. Everyone loved Space Jam. I still love it. I have to rewatch this again soon. We've got The Adventures of Tintin in 3D, The Secret of the Unicorn. Haven't watched this one yet. The whole motion capture thing just really creeped me out. The whole Uncanny Valley thing. So I never visited that one. Whatever happened to the sequel? Wasn't there supposed to be a sequel? Did that ever come out, or is it in production? Or because this was like a co-production between Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson. Spielberg directed the first one, and Peter Jackson was supposed to direct the second one, and I don't know, whatever happened to the second one? There you go, Tintin. We're getting to the back of the pile here now. I told you it's going to be a very short video. Again, animation that I loved as a kid. It's not a movie, not even really a TV series, just a collection of shorts. Wallace and Gromit. Oh, Aardman Animation at their finest. Early Aardman Animation. This is a collection set that came out here in Australia maybe about a year or so ago. It's got the 3 original Wallace and Gromit cartoons in there, as well as A Matter of Loaf and Death, which was like a later one, like late 2000s or something. But they're fantastic and they look great on Blu-ray. There's some good special features in there too. And I don't know why they never brought the movie out on Blu-ray. I don't know if I ever even saw the movie. And one last one. I love this movie. I thought it was great. Yogi Bear in 3D. I grew up watching Yogi Bear cartoon. Thought that was brilliant. And this movie, look, it's not great, but it is a lot of fun. Dan Aykroyd, Justin Timberlake. Come on. Okay, and at that we conclude another addition to my Blu-ray collection. So those are all the animated titles that I have in my Blu-ray collection, of course, with exception of all the Disney animated titles. And once again, I did cover that in a previous video. I did an entire Disney animation Blu-ray collection video a little while ago. It's actually one of my most popular videos on the channel. If you haven't checked that out, please go and have a look at that. I'm going to chuck a little hyperlink at the end of this video if you'd like to go and take a look at that. If you are a first-time viewer of my channel and you've liked this video, you'd like to keep up to date with all of my videos, all my Blu-ray collection, and just everything that I do, then please, after the jump, give me some support and hit subscribe. To all my regular viewers out there, thank you once again for joining me for another Blu-ray collection video. This is one of the last Blu-ray collection videos, actually. We've just about rounded out my Blu-ray collection, and in a couple of weeks' time, we're finally going to get into the Blu-ray collection updates, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. Next week, I believe, will be foreign films. So that's going to be a little bit of an interesting video as well. So absolutely everybody out there, I hope I'll see you again soon. Until next time though, guys, take care, and I hope you have a magical day.